I've made it to the halfway point of the morning mile on crutches, of course, and a few weeks ago this guy told me that there's so much more to life than being healthy and disciplined and living the way that I do. But knowing that my goal deep down is to change the world, here's what I told him. Everybody already knows 100 people just like you, but very few people in this world actually know someone like me. You see, you're either gonna change the world or be understood, because you're not gonna change the world by giving people something they're already familiar with. If my goal was to be liked by everybody, I promise you I'd be a completely different person. But I want to use the life I feel so lucky to have to show what's possible when you actually give the world something new. The sponsor of today's video is Hatch. Guys, if you know anything about me, I have nothing in my room. I would definitely consider myself a minimalist, probably to the point where people think I'm crazy, but I don't need many things to have a nice space. One of the things I do like to have, of course, is my Hatch Restore 3. Wakes me up with a little sunrise and light to get in my eyes, acting like a real human. Imagine that. And then when I go to bed, got a little red light and rain noise to get me falling asleep. I don't like things that challenge what the person is capable of, but the Hatch enhances what the person is capable of. And in this case, it's having a consistent sleep schedule and ability to wake up and get the day started peacefully. So if you need a way to wake up like a human being, get off your dang phone and get the Hatch. All right, guys, so a little background on what happened to my ankle slash foot. So I was doing my favorite sport of jiu-jitsu. I freaking actually hate jiu-jitsu, and I said that even before I got hurt, but I was rolling with a friend of mine, and we were wrestling. I went to stand up. He held on to me, pulled my weight back. We both fell, and my foot got caught. I heard a nice pop, and yeah, I got super worried. So I was just sitting on the mats, flexing my ankle and kind of rolling it around, trying to make sure that it was fine, and just telling myself, okay, it's fine, it's good, and hoping that it was just a temporary kind of thing. At the same time, I was trying not to throw up and pass out, because I don't know if you saw my last video where I got my blood drawn, but I do not do well with anything in that realm of, you know, needles and things breaking and blood, all that kind of crap. So I would cycle between trying to stand and make sure my foot was good, and then laying down on the mats to make sure I didn't vomit and pass out. So yeah, it was kind of a stressful little thing. Went to bed, woke up the next morning, could not put pressure on it. So night before I could walk around. I think there was some adrenaline and all that going on, but yeah, I woke up, couldn't put pressure. So Owen brought me to the ER to get everything checked out. Got some x-rays. They said nothing's broken. They said it's an ankle sprain. It's actually my foot that hurts more than anything. So yeah, I don't really know. I guess if I go get an MRI, then I'll know exactly what happened to it, but it seems to be progressing. I can kind of shuffle around the house, not too bad, walk around a little bit, but for the mile, of course, I'm crutching it so it can actually get done. But yeah, that's what happened. I don't think I can even appreciate this right now. It's just the waking up, freezing cold because of Brennan's bitch ass, turning the air on. Ah, there he is in his warm bed. Here I am in the ice water. Oh, bro, that was bad. It's been actually cool. There is some silver lining to it. There is a positive in that. I think when I'm running, when I'm healthy, and I've been doing this for over 6.5 years, kind of in the back of my mind, I'm always wondering, well, what would I do? You know, and I always would tell people, well, I'll just do something else that's equally as difficult. But then I still felt that if that were to happen, that it would feel terrible, and it would still kind of, I don't know, not tear things apart, but just be really overwhelming and really significant. And I've found that with this, you know, the next morning, got some crutches, just did my mile, and, you know, it's not running, you know, and the running streak is the thing that I've been holding for all these years. But it's never been about the running. It's always been about showing up, doing something difficult. This is way harder than running a mile, by far. This takes 30 minutes. My arms are dead tired the whole time. My armpits hurt. My foot's cramping from just being on that one foot. I mean, this is more difficult, and so kind of the conflict in my mind is not as significant as I expected it to be. So this adversity has kind of brought some positives. And it's not to sugarcoat everything. It's still really frustrating to not even be able to walk around that well. This morning, woke up with a headache, I was freezing, still hitting the ice bath, all these things. But on the other side of it, of course, there's the gratification of knowing, hey, you know, I did the thing, and that's what matters to me. So the streak in my mind continues. Surely some people on social media or whatever will not agree with that, but I think the people that actually know what my message is about, it's never been about the running. I always say I'm not even a runner. I'm just somebody who shows up to running very consistently because it teaches me something, right? It's a reflection of the person that I'm trying to be. And so, again, this adversity has brought a pretty cool experience for me. It's taught me a few things, and that, you know, I can't rush my foot to be fine. That was so difficult today. So I have my sweatshirt on when I got up. So I can always tell when the air gets turned on in the middle of the night. I start to get freezing cold, and then I just know what's coming. I know that this is my destiny every morning, so God, man, I better do some warming up before it's time to crutch. We've got a new kind of mile going on these days, so I honestly don't know what's worse, ice bath or crutch at this point. I always say the ice bath is much worse than the run, but crutching 1 mile is freaking 10 times worse than running one. So, been wearing this long sleeve rash guard for the armpit chafing purposes with the crutches. It's actually been working pretty dang well. It's a little cheat code for being slightly more warm on the crutch. So, go crew. I've really had to put into perspective this whole one step at a time kind of thing, because usually a distance that would take 2 minutes is taking 15. There's really nothing I can do about it, because if I rush, arms get too tired. If I think about my armpits, I get sad about how much they hurt. Halfway is not such a palatable distance anymore, but we'll get back. Wonder what these people in the cars are thinking. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is low-key slower than walking speed, so. All right, so there's things that you can change immediately, right? If you're out of shape or you're tired or you're unhealthy, you can change things and see progress really quickly. But when you face something that can't be propelled by your own action and you kind of have to just sit in that, it teaches you a lot. It teaches you so much about patience. When I'm out on the mile, crutching along, I'm barely moving. You know what I mean? It takes quite a bit to go here, here, and that's 1 out of a million times I have to do the freaking thing to even get halfway. And then I'm halfway and I think, oh my God, that was terrible and I gotta do the whole thing again. And it's not to blow it out of proportion, but when you are present in recognizing that you can't rush to where you're trying to be, you can't rush to the finish line, you can't rush anything, well, God, you better get good at accepting the one crutch, the one step, the one meal that's not unhealthy, the one morning where you have to wake up early. Man, the individual choice, that's everything. And a big change, a big difference in your life is made up of a million of those little choices. You know what I mean? You get healthier, you get in shape by going to the gym, I don't know, 500 times. But what's the 500? It's 500 individual choices to do it. So this patience, this willingness to sit in what's going on, right? To sit in the individual step, to sit in those individual choices. And that's where life becomes different, because these choices are not so rewarding. Man, I finished the mile today. Well, I got to do it again tomorrow. You know what I mean? I have to do it again and again and again and again. But if I can appreciate this one, you know, because here I am, done with the mile, I did it. Well, that's how I'm going to be able to stick to something for a really long time. I don't need to think about the tomorrow's one, because tomorrow me can deal with tomorrow's mile. You know what I mean? I'm present in this one, and that teaches you a lot. Right? That's how you actually do something meaningful for yourself. Steve's Mart, man. Place to be is our secret little spot here in Austin. Just don't tell anyone about it. If you talk to Al, let him know Crew sent you. He'll give you a special something. Oh, God. It's 8 ounces of pure cocaine. It's more of a rich drug, isn't it? Weed, whatever. Yeah. Boof. Boof, yeah. 8 ounces of boof. Freaking good, dude. That just got me hyped. The amount of times I've almost busted ass is actually ridiculous. It's been many weeks on that sidewalk. Oh. Hey. Yeah, no, I put the crutch down on a wrapper by accident. That shit went. Oh, shit. Fuck that. Well, guys, I appreciate you always for watching my videos. I definitely want to hear what you think in the comments. I love interacting with you guys. If you send me messages on Instagram and comments and all that kind of stuff, you know, I get so many people reaching out about they've started awesome habits, or they've been running every day, or doing cold showers, or changing the way they eat, and that is one of the most fulfilling things to me. And so absolutely want to hear from you guys. Always appreciate the support. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you see the videos that I post every single Thursday. Guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Cannot wait to see you in the next one.